Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video I wanted to go through the top teams for the Necrodrakon boss. There aren't any new teams compared to the video that I made last week, but I just want to update them, kind of like to quickly go through all of them depending on which heroes you have built up. Now the overall best team is going to be using phraesto, and even if you have, for example, a legendary phraesto, like maybe even one copy of phraesto, this might be the overall best team for you, so you should give it a try. So I managed to get 55.7 billion damage with this team, and here's the formation. The main phraesto in front of Smokey and the illusion off to the side over here. Reinier is going to give his charms to Lily May in the back. Verdant spell increases Lily May's damage because it gives her penetration. And in the Necrodrakon boss, she's your major damage dealer if you take a look at the damage chart, because she's able to move around, and so she can remove or dispel the debuff from herself, because you need movement in order to remove the attack debuff. Smokey is going to be position swapped by Reinier to the front, and he gets off damage from his blue aura. And Mikola here as well to provide haste buff for your damage dealers phraesto and Lily May, and also provide the attack buff from controlling the honor arena. So this is the overall best team, but like I mentioned, you can try it even if you have like a lower ascension phraesto. He doesn't even have to be mythic plus. Even legendary or legendary plus, this should be your best team, and even at one copy you can give it a try. It might be your overall best team. Mikola at Supreme Plus is a kind of important for this boss, because as you can tell here, her energy generation really slows down to a point that she's not going to be able to recast her ultimate. But if she's Supreme Plus, as long as she controls Honor Arena, her ultimate will continue to be in effect and provide the haste buff for your phraestos and the Lily May, which increases damage by a lot. So there we go, 55.7 billion damage with like a really high, for example, maxed out Paragon for plus 15, plus 20 exclusive equipment account. It got up to 58.5 or so billion damage today, so about 3 billion higher than what I got. But that is the maximum potential for a score for today. Okay, now we're going to move on to the non-phraesto teams. For example, if you can't run that team, like for example, if you don't even have a single copy of phraesto, then I'm going to show you the next best options. And it's actually, I don't even really want to focus that much on this Lily May Mikola team, because look at this, right next to it, we have this Kruger Thorin team, which has only gotten 400 million damage less, but it's a lot more like free-to-play friendly, using marilee and Kruger and Temesia, and actually I would just recommend this team more than this other Lily May Mikola team. So I'm going to show you this team first, and this got 47 billion damage for me, which is pretty good. Now it is a different positioning compared to last week video that I showed. It's Thorin soul pacting the Reinier, because Reinier is actually the one who, if anyone is going to die, it's going to be the Reinier. Temesia doesn't need the soul pact of Thorin, so this increased my damage score by changing this position by around 400 million. And marilee is in the back with the resonating spell, and Kruger is there for providing debuffs to increase marilee's damage. And okay, so the whole damage comes from marilee, dealing over 31 billion damage in this team. And with the resonating spell, she's able to charge up really quickly and keep getting the attack buff each time she casts her ultimate to increase her true damage even further. So this team is really strong, and it's very free-to-play friendly. It does have Reinier at Mythic Plus, but I'll show you a team without Reinier at Mythic Plus if you don't have him when we're done going through all of these top teams. Temesia, if you don't have her highly ascended, you could try running Korin instead of Temesia in this team, if your Korin is at Mythic Plus and your Temesia is not, for example. But even if you have Temesia at Mythic Plus, she will be a good option here. And once you can get her to Supreme Plus, then she's the best, because she has a physical defense debuff as well to increase marilee's damage by a bit. And Kruger provide useful debuffs here. Temesia got off a good amount of damage as well. Okay, now we're going to show a team, for example, if you don't have, maybe you want to use Korin instead of Kruger, and that team also got really close in damage. If we take a look up here, it got 46.1 billion damage, so 900 million less. And here it is using Korin and Temesia, but no Kruger. So we can watch this replay with the resonating spell. This can be a good option for you. Maybe if your Kruger is not ascended, maybe this could be better. However, Kruger works even at 1 copy. It's not like his damage was that high. He's mainly just there for the debuffs, and even at 1 copy he would provide the debuffs for marilee to increase her damage. Even if Kruger dies, it's not even a problem. So it's something you could try. But maybe the Korin shields are helping you survive better if your resonating level is lower. So this is another good team to try, getting really close to the score of the Kruger team. And I guess after this I will show you the Lily May Mikola team, because that is getting like 400 million damage more than the Kruger team I just showed you. So overall maybe it is the best overall non-phraesto team. However, it isn't best by much, and it would require a lot of investment. Like, it would need to have Supreme plus Mikola, and it would need to have Lily May at plus 15 exclusive equipment. Otherwise, these teams are just going to be better. Okay, so we'll look at it. 47.4 billion damage, and here's the formation. Mikola is going to provide buffs to your team. The main problem with Mikola in this team with marilee is marilee's not going to get advantage of the Mikola buff. Lily May will get advantage of it because she's going to run up into the range, so at least Lily May will be buffed up by the haste. But because Mikola is not getting it, and also in this position you can't go for the resonating spell on marilee, the team overall is just not like it just isn't like catering to marilee's strengths as much. It's using Lily May as your major damage dealer when Mikola deals a lot of marilee deals a lot of damage in this boss as well. Verdant spell increases attack speed of your marksman whenever it is casted, and it increases penetration of your rogue like Lily May to increase her damage. And it gives damage reduction to tanks like Temesia, which will allow her to survive better if she's having issues surviving. But yeah, if Mikola is not Supreme Plus, this team will not do as well for you as the Kruger team that I showed, because her Courage Sphere is going to, she'll not be able to recast it. But even in this fight, Mikola did die towards the end, and usually that's what's going to happen. It's difficult to keep her alive. It might even be impossible. So that is the other reason Mikola necessarily isn't the best option for this specific Necrodrakon team, but it still did get the highest score of any non-phraesto team, so I guess we should show it for that. Okay, now if you don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus, I did do a run, and this is probably going to be your best option, but you know, we can try one more run. Basically, here we have Thorin, Soulpack, Temesia. I think this is the better way to do it rather than Soulpack the Korin, because when you don't have Reinier, I think Temesia does become a little bit risky to die, and so it's probably better to Soulpack like this, and then Resonating Spell on the marilee. And this is a pretty free-to-play team. You'll need to have Mythic Plus on Korin and marilee if you want to run them as damage dealers. Ideally, Temesia should be Mythic Plus. The other two doesn't really matter. Thorin and Kruger. Thorin's here for his Soul Plunder debuff and to tank for a while, and Kruger is here for his physical defense debuff to increase marilee's and Korin's damage. Okay, so yeah, this is a really good team to run as well. We got almost 45 billion damage with it. It, of course, will not get as much as the Reinier team, which got up to 47 billion, the Reinier Kruger team. But if you don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus, this is a really good option for you until you get Reinier to Mythic Plus. So that is pretty much going to cover all of the top teams for Necrodrakon today. Yeah, if you watch, well actually Temesia has no trouble surviving. It would probably be better for you to have Thorin Soulpack the Korin because he dies towards the end. And maybe if your resonating level is lower, Korin might even die before that. So I'm going to do one more run of this with Thorin Soulpacking the Korin because that's probably going to make more sense. If Temesia isn't even struggling to survive anyway. So we'll just have it like this, and that should be the best option for no Reinier. So overall, just to recap it, and if for example you're missing any of these heroes, marilee, Korin are good for Necrodrakon, same with Temesia because they have movement. So they're going to dispel the debuff that the boss inflicts onto them, and so they're going to not have their attack reduced, so their damage output will be high. Lily May also does that with Rainstorm Ballet, that's why she's a really good damage dealer option. If you have phraesto, you want to definitely use them even in this boss with Mikola to buff up their haste and also give them the attack buff, and then also Smokey on top of all of that. So here marilee's actually going down pretty low, but she does manage to survive, which is good. We should be able to get a higher score with this because Korin survives the whole fight, Okay, this is good. 45.5 billion. So we'll just consider this to be the best team if you don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus, running this Thorn Soul pack to the Korin. And we can just recap the formation. And then that will be it for this video. So hopefully this video was helpful. Good luck getting a high score on the Necrodrakon boss. And keep working on building up your Reinier to Mythic Plus #1 if you're not there yet. #2, get phraesto. Begin building him up all the way to Supreme at least. And try to save temporal essences, get him to +10 and then +15 exclusive equipment. The stats are really going to help him deal more damage. And he is the king of damage dealers for it, and this boss is of Dream Realm. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this video. Also keep Smokey on your wish list, Lily, May, Mikola, all of these heroes on your wish list. Overall for endless bosses, these are all top performing heroes. Mikola as well. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll hopefully see you in the next one, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.